So we're here today with Todd McFarlane from McFarlane Toys. I'm Marc Rosenzweig from Gotham Guardian Communications for Gil Makita at actionfigurecollectors.com. And Todd, thank you for doing it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for coming out to Toy Fair and giving us a little bit of time.
I wouldn't miss you, buddy. Come on. We go way back to '92.
Sure. We're the graybeards now.
I know. Trust me. Exactly. I couldn't believe how gray he got on it. But all right, let's get into the Walking Book.
Okay.
Give me a synopsis.
Well,
the goo and the gore.
Well, let's just talk about the brand itself first. I mean, Robert Kirkman creates his book. It's black and white. It's a sort of an easy sort of throwaway book when it first comes out, and it gets out of the gate and just starts continuing to build. Luckily, he was publishing it at Image Comics, which is
your books.
Yeah, which is our books here. And then fast forward a little bit later, and Robert's a partner. We make him a partner of Image.
Excellent.
So he's been bugging me all the time, going, "What are you doing, like Walking Dead stuff, right?" And I was just, I deal with toys on a big scale, and I was just waiting for a little bit of a breakout moment, right? So when he said that he had then optioned the property into Hollywood, then I go, wow, so even if it goes on some small little network and maybe they'll do it, and then we have a reason just outside of comic book stores, if you will, and some bookstores to actually start talking about it. Well, we now have the results, which is the 6 episodes come out, it sets ratings record, other than college football and pro football on cable. The most watched show was Walking Dead. So at that point we go, wow, for sure now we got to get all this stuff out. So I was able to tie up the comic book contract, which is easy. I mean, when you talk about your partner in your comic book, you're going, and his partner is a toy guy. It was fairly easy to go, Robert, me and you, okay. And then we had to then turn to AMC and convince them
to agree to letting you do it.
To do the TV version of it,
okay.
Right? So because again, you've got the comic book version and the AMC. Obviously, the AMC one is what the vast majority of people are going to know.
Correct.
So my
and drag in the fans from the comic book.
Correct. My intent is not to say this is the comic version, this is the TV version. My intent is to make it Walking Dead.
The property, just Walking Dead
the brand name. So. And so really sort of the difference you're going to see per se isn't necessarily stylistically. It's going to be more that, as you can see there, we have Michonne that's going to be out that hasn't been introduced as of today into the TV show, or vice versa. There will be some characters that are in the TV show that haven't been introduced thus far in the comic book. So, but to some extent, cool zombies are cool zombies, and you're not going to really, if you get the zombies from both of them, they're all going to be fairly compatible.
When you put them on the shelf, they're all going to be to scale. Everybody's going to be interchangeable.
Everything, like I said, the brand has to be the selling point right here, because you don't want people to start and stop on any of them. And then when we did it, Robert thought that people were going to be way more excited, especially in the comic book industry, about the characters. I guess I'd been doing so many monster toys over the years. I'd go, don't undersell those zombies. But his mindset was, well, why would they buy 20 of them? I mean, once they got 3 or 4, why are they buying multiples of them? Well, number one, they're going to look different. And number 2, Robert, you leave it to me. I'll figure that one out. So he went back home to Connecticut, and all of a sudden when we showed him what we had come up with, which is literally you can take these guys apart and dissect them and explode them, whatever word you want. I call it the fun factor, right? You have to have the fun factor. If we can come up with 50 zombies and somehow figure out how to mutilate them 50 different ways, that's cool. I mean,
interchangeable parts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to figure out all of it
so
down the line.
You can put together an army of stormtroopers, you can put together an army of zombies.
Right. And once we get a handful of it, we're going to have all these parts too, because you're going to be able to take them apart. But we'll sell bags of
body parts.
Yes. Why? So that you can have 20 zombies, and you can have all this stuff. You'll be able to make the coolest stuff. I mean, you know what? The question isn't why would they buy 50 zombies. The question is why would they buy 50 Rick Grimes, right? Why are they buying the sheriff so many times, right? He's the tougher of the two. The monster stuff. Are you out of your mind? I got this one covered for 5 years. So
Easy.
So we're going to be doing it, and hopefully we'll have a little nickname for each one of them.
So you're putting a lot of effort into the zombies, Walking Dead. That's the core brand, as you call it.
Correct.
Yeah. And then
And just so you know that the line of toys will come pretty close to when the TV series comes back.
Okay.
So we don't want to come too soon. We don't want to come. Yeah. So when AMC's second season comes back, then the first series of Walking Dead will be dropped at that point, and then the second one will come a little closer to Christmas. So we'll join you.
when the bag of parts come out.
And we got a library of them.
There you go. I'm looking forward to that. My son's a big zombie fan, so we're going to be all over this. Can't wait. All right, let's drop down to the next shelf. I see the Halo stuff.
Right.
Take me through the Halo.
Well, hopefully you and some of your fans know we've been doing that since Halo 3.
Oh, yeah.
So, a couple of things we were able to do recently that is helping to build momentum. When we got the license for Halo 3, by the time we signed it and we developed it, because it takes about 9 to 11 months
Almost a year's time.
Yeah, to get a toy to the marketplace. We missed the window of the drop of Halo 3. So it came out, and then about 3 or 4 months later, we came out with our first series of toys. They did fantastic, and then we did 8 series of Halo 3.
Wow.
Now all of a sudden, we do the drop, and Microsoft, a small little company, I don't know if you might have heard of, puts out this new game that's called Halo Reach, and when Reach comes out, then we're ready. We now have toys at the same time as the drop of the game. Bam! And we knew this would happen. There's a bit of a pushback against video game toys amongst the buyers at the big chain stores, because they're all about blockbuster movie stuff. And we've been telling them for years. And it started with us getting the Halo 3 stuff out there. That video games, big A+ video game properties, could, done right, do some damage. I'm not saying they're going to sell as many Transformers. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you're giving 10 feet to Transformers, then give me 1 foot. I mean, surely you can give me 1 foot.
But even 1 foot will translate into 4 feet to 8 feet down the road.
Well, I'm not saying that, but to me, it's like 0 is not the answer. You can't. I find it incredulous that you can go and talk to your electronics buyer, and he's going to tell you that his biggest single grossing property, you don't have any of it in your aisle when I'm standing there saying we have. So I've always been realistic about what I've got and how much space I need. Just give me one. Just give me one stripe, and we'll let the data then tell us whether it was one too many or if we need to do more. And of course, when it came out,
it always needs to do more.
Yeah, now
Halo's a huge property for you. That's you're gonna be able to carry that on for another 5 years.
Right. And for 2011, the way we're going to carry it on is that it's the 10th anniversary of Halo.
Right.
And they've opened the vault now to Halo 1, 2, and 3.
Nice.
Reach.
So you just have the license to do those figures?
No, they just opened the vault to us.
Oh, so you can do anything from any of
I can do anything Halo.
Excellent.
Which means now I don't have to then do 8 series of Halo Reach like we did of Halo 3. I can sort of burn it at a slower rate because I can sort of mix and match the stuff and just do it Halo Anniversary stuff, Halo Universe stuff.
Right. And that will all be contemporary, into the retro, and the next one is Reach?
Yeah. And then, they've even done some of the other stuff, ODST, and they've done the online game.
That's what my son does all the time. I'm looking at the vehicles, and I am blown away by the scale and size and how they are proportionate to the actual characters.
Yeah. But we're still trying to figure out how to get through it, because as you might imagine, I mean, if anybody's familiar with Halo, if you look at the chart, if this is a person, some of that stuff can get this big. So the question is, how do you ever do it? And one of the things we're playing with right now, because we showed some of our big retailers the Falcon there, they went, whoa, the box is so big that they go, are they buying a plasma TV or what? So we're now talking about, I don't know, you might want to take a look at that same model, it's scaled down.
Okay.
So we're playing with like small, medium, and large versions. and seeing if there's anything that makes sense to Microsoft and anything that makes sense to our retailer that will make it so that it's not all vehicle, like all figures, but the vehicles are too big, or all vehicles and the figures are too scrawny. Something that somehow
something comparable to every fan base.
Well, something that they both have some meaning to it. And but if you want again beefier figures, you can get sort of the deluxe version, which is out there.
Right. The Falcon's amazing. It's just a beautiful piece. Is that something that's going to be used at retail level, or is it something that's going to like 20 times?
It depends on what kind of selling we got. I mean, obviously, the bigger you get, the higher the price point gets. So this, I mean, we have to be sensitive about it. I mean, especially in terms of the economy and all that other stuff. That you go, it's going to be a fourth quarter product because of how big it is. It's going to be a big one of those ones that you put underneath a tree. So by the time you have to box out with a couple of figures, it gets there. So, you know, there's a question of, you know, I don't know how many $100 items that the retailers it takes, or is there a way to make a $35 item? And the answer is yes. I mean, everything is doable, but you just, now you have to change sort of the creative dynamics of it. In this case, the easy one is sort of scale.
Now, moving away from the Halo, from Walking Dead, sports is, you're a huge sports fan.
Correct.
Tell me, I mean, I'm an old sports fan with the starting line from way back in the day. And you go from the small figures, which I can't even unload now thanks to you, because nobody can compete with your sculpts.
Well, we got small ones now. We got the playmakers, but they're articulated.
Nobody wants the old SL review stuff. It's garbage as far as I'm concerned. They'd rather melt it down and make bottles out of it. But your stuff is spot on. And in terms of the molds, I was talking with one of your assistants, Marc, and he was telling me how when you choose a specific type, you have to go for design and you want to keep it as authentic as possible. You have a stock of molds that you use. What gives you the creative juices to pick a specific pattern, specific sports legend?
Well, look, I mean, picking the characters, I mean, this question gets asked all the time. This is sort of easy stuff.
Okay.
I could think I could take anybody here at this show and say, give me a list of the top 10 football players, and I'm betting that his list and my list, 8 of the 10 are common.
Gotcha.
So the ones, you know, who's not going to want to put in Aaron Rodgers, right? Just Super Bowl MVP. So some of it's not a lot of brain work that goes into it. The ones that are a little bit tougher is like sort of 6 through 10. You know, first 6 are easy. You're going to do Adrian Peterson, Brett Favre when he was hot, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. I mean, the names that
just keep going because they're all common.
and they're all the top 5 picks in the fantasy draft for everybody. So those ones are easy. We're going to do those. Now the question is, what do we do with the other one? So you have to then weigh, do you do the best player, so you get a guy like Maurice Jones-Drew, but he's playing on a team that isn't quite as sexy, but he's great, or do you then go, well, maybe we take the 4th best guy on the Bears because there's a ton of Bear fans, right? So we're always doing that. We do that with all four of the sports that are there. And then, you know, the thing that you had mentioned that people give us, how realistic they look, it has always been stupefying to me how we get kudos and write-ups and win awards for making the figures look like the real people. Because I've said it dozens and dozens of times, I'll give you my secret, write it down, go get a piece of paper. We use this technology, it's called a camera. And if you actually take it and you point it towards things, you push a button, it takes imagery of it. So what we do is we take those photos that come out of the camera. I'll slow down, I won't get too tech for you. You take the photos, and when we look at the photos, we go, that's what the guy looks like. It better look like that. I'm the boss now.
So these are all hand sculpts?
They're hand sculpts.
Okay,
well,
not like the real scanning crap that they used to put out from these other no-name toy companies.
Right, but you know, like with the Halos, slightly different. They give us their wireframes from the games. We actually use an in-game model, and then we put the joints on it, and then we put in the detail.
Okay.
But in sports, you're catching one frame of something that it just has. It's a frozen moment.
Exactly.
And so
there are hundreds of photographers out there who capture that moment. You use those to base your sculpture.
Right. So I mean, Can you do a little bit of scanning? We do some of it. I mean, I've done plenty of clothing, but now I'm too skinny. That we got to get athletes. But what's more, you got to get the torque, right? So I mean, really, the difference between the starting lineup and what I did, there's a couple of easy things. Number one, the sculptors were trying to simulate a pose. Oh, he's throwing. Arm up, head turn, arm back, quarterback, right? This is the equivalent of my kids, and none of you got kids, but when they bring home those god-awful pictures from school, and they're like this. Smile. Right? I keep telling my kids, look at, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. You want to do an insincere smile? Again, I'll give you the secret. It is not with the mouth, which is what all the kids think it is, which is why they got terrible pictures. It's in the cheeks. So if you want to do an insincere smile, lift your cheeks and the mouth goes with it. Watch this. Hey, how's it going? And there's no sincerity with that one, but the photo looks good. So get the cheeks up, get the cheeks up. So for sports, the question was always not, how do you get it right, Todd? Which is what they always ask me, how do you do it so right? The question should be, how did they get it wrong for so many years? I'm just doing what is in front of my eyes. I'm just looking at it and making it, and people go, ooh, he's a genius. He made it look like what it is. Wow, really? This is where we're at? God bless him for keeping the bar so low, so that when I came in, because I was a fan, and I go, I will not buy those products because they do not look realistic. So luckily, I grew up, I got old enough, and I was able to start a toy company, and I go, they're still not making realistic toys. I'll make the realistic toys, and we'll get them to the marketplace at a good price.
That's the one thing me as a fan can always come to you and thank you for, because when I worked with another large toy company and I did freelance sculpting for them, I took as close to, I sculpted for myself, and then I took my fan-made figure to these other companies, and they liked my designs enough to make mock-ups from it. But when they took it from me, we made it into, like you said, direct. They didn't capture the essence of what it was supposed to be.
Well, let me give you another secret of how I do the toys. A lot of companies give the one drawing to one artist and they go make the toy and they get it back. I don't do that. I don't do that. I go, you're good. I know you're a good sculptor, but we all have our weaknesses. I'm an artist. I know where I'm good at and where I'm not good at. So if you're not good at hair, I don't want you doing the hair. Just block it in, and then I take it and I give it to my hair guy. And then somebody else who is great at weapons but can't do human anatomy, he's doing the weapons for me. And somebody else that knows how to do articulation, and somebody else that knows how to do females. I got people that are better at females than male. I got some people that can do monsters that will scare you, but they can't do a human to save their life, right? So all artists are not created equal, so it's a little bit of a conveyor belt that we just take, this thing has 5 components, 5 artists have to touch it before it goes out, because otherwise, if people look at a comic book, it's equivalent to saying, I want you to write, pencil, ink, color, letter, and edit your own book.
That's where you got it right, and these other toy companies can't understand it.
Well, they can do it. They can do that, and they can go buy cameras. Like, right? Why they choose not to, I don't know. You go have a conversation with them.
Because they're too big. They're too big for them.
I don't know what the rationales are. My model was always the opposite. When I first came into the business, toys were $5. I did a $6 toy. Duh, Todd, you fool, you won't last. Yes, sir. And here's how you last. Here's how you sell a $6 toy in a $5 environment. You make the toy worth $6. What they were thinking was they were going to make a $5 toy and put it out at $6. That's a failure rate. What I was doing was the opposite. How can I make a $7 toy and sell it for $6? And then all of a sudden they go, because it was the only way I was going to survive, because I had things like Batman, Spider-Man, and Star Wars next to me. I'm never going to beat those brands. So what I needed was, you just build a better mousetrap. Don't really know the brand, don't really know anything, but it's pretty cool. And it's a good price. That's pretty good. That's all. So where the big companies sort of figure out their models and their pricing and their profits first and then go, oh, we have this much money to make the toys. I go make the damn toy, and then we'll figure out the price, because we'll price it to the value that I think is there. And the other piece that they can't beat, even though I'll give you them all my secrets, the piece that they can't beat is that their CEO is not the best artist in their company. And that's the piece that, as good as all my guys are, I still get to come in and I still get to put a little bit of the Todd touch on it and go, guys, I played sports and I bet their CEOs didn't. And I drew those monsters, and I designed stuff, and I bet they didn't, and I got a pretty keen eye. So I'm going, so if my guys get it right, I get out of the way, and if there's something just a little bit off, I am not afraid to go, gentlemen, here's how we got to do it. So I've had plenty of sculptors that have worked for all the companies, and I'm here to tell you, they did their best work for my company. I can show you their, go here, they sculpted these 8. Why did those 2 look cooler? Because we had a different environment.
So, final question. Bring you back to your origins. Spawn. What can we look forward to for Spawn in the coming 20th anniversary?
We've got the 20th anniversary. 200 just dropped. I've got a new art team, a creative team on it, with new writer, artist. The kid I found off Twitter, Simon Kadransky. He's from Poland. God bless social media. The whole time last year I was slacking off, not putting out enough comic books. Shimon, he said we'd call him Simon, but let's give him a Polish name. Shimon was drawing the whole time, and he built a pile, and I now have the first 9 issues. By the time I got done with 200, I had 9 issues. Let me just tell you how significant that is. In all the years I've been doing Spawn, since 1992, the number of times that I've had 1 issue ahead is 0. I now am that many ahead. I have so many that for the next 3 months we're going bi-weekly. I just came from Dallas with the retailers, and they're going, Todd, why would you go bi-weekly? And I go, I've got an inventory. Yeah, but something always happens. I go, no, I'm only burning half the inventory. Because in the 3 months it takes to burn through 5 issues, he's going to have drawn 3 more. So I'm really only down 2. And I was 8 ahead, so I'm still half a year ahead. We're going to be good. So what's good? So Spawn is going to get 15 issues this year.
Wow.
So it also is going to free me up, because this team is going great. It's going to free me up to finish the script for the movie that I have people knocking at that door, and it's just, I've redoubled my effort. I go, 2011, I must get that out there. I've been talking about the last couple of years. They're waiting, but with the economy and me having to be more CEO than artist, I haven't had it, but I'm gonna end up doing that. Going to get the animation up and going, so that will help drive it. We've got the Haunt is going to continue to go. Robert Kirkman, Greg Capullo, fantastic book. And then I've got a couple of TV properties that I can't talk about now that are based on characters that I have or I'm developing, and one of the books is going to come out. So something's going to happen this year. Something's going to happen to help drive it. And all the books
are driven.
Yeah.
And now what about the figure lines to back them up?
We'll come out with later in the year. We'll come out with some Spawn stuff.
To back up the old school?
Yeah, the old school Spawn, and we'll come back with some the Haunt hopefully will come out this year. But again, it depends on. Yeah. But it depends on where we sort of put it into with the Halo. I mean, that's the big properties, the Halo and the Walking Dead. But there's no shame in like pulling off a little bit, because once you get 20, 25 issues, you're going to have more characters and more things that are going to resonate, and the characters are going to sort of matter a little bit more. And then we're even looking at a couple of cool image books to see if there might be some things that I don't own that we own at Image or not. We don't own, but some of the properties that we publish at Image we can put out there.
Very good. Anything big for Spawn figure-wise or statuette-wise for the 20th anniversary that you can talk about?
Yeah, we'll be doing both.
Excellent. Always a pleasure.
All right.
It's great. I miss you.
Thanks for giving us the time.
Thank you for giving us the time. We appreciate it. And we're going to just hit you up for a couple of books signed for us. Excellent.